Welcome back and a hearty welcome to those joining us for the first time. Over the last two videos, we have covered the basics of compound nouns from the definition to the different types and how to create them. This video will cover the essentials of pluralizing compound nouns and conclude with hands-on activities to solidify your understanding. Let's start with rule number 1, forming the plurals of hyphenated compound nouns. When a compound noun is hyphenated, pluralize the principal word. Now, let's illustrate this concept with some examples. Brother-in-law, brothers-in-law. The principal word brother is pluralized. Daughter-in-law, daughters-in-law. The main word daughter is pluralized. Son-in-law, sons-in-law. The base word son is made plural. Mother-in-law, mothers-in-law. Mother is the principal word that takes the plural form. Commander-in-chief, commanders-in-chief. The word commander serves as the principal word and is pluralized. Man of war, men of war. The principal word man becomes plural. Officer in charge, officers in charge. The main word officer is pluralized. Note the exception. There is one notable exception to this rule. If the compound noun consists of a verb and preposition, add s to the end. Rule number 7 will address this topic. Moving on to our second rule, forming the plurals of multi-word compound nouns. When a compound noun consists of two or more words, pluralize the principal word. Here are a few examples to demonstrate this rule. Full moon, full moons. Principal word moon, pluralize to moons. Chief minister, chief ministers. Minister is the principal word and its plural version is ministers. Attorney general, attorneys general. The word attorney becomes attorneys in its plural form. General manager, general managers. The principal word manager takes the plural form managers. Secretary general, secretaries general. The principal word secretary becomes secretaries in plural form. Assistant chief of staff, assistant chiefs of staff. Principal word chief pluralized to chiefs. Poet laureate, poets laureate. The base word poet is pluralized as poets. Brigadier general, brigadier generals. Here, general is the principal word that changes to generals when pluralized. Brigadier general is a special title, and when we make it plural, we add s to general, not brigadier. This is just a rule we follow for titles like this. So it becomes brigadier generals. For titles like Attorney General and Secretary General, we actually do add the S to the first word, making them Attorneys General and Secretaries General. This is because these titles are considered more like regular nouns rather than special military titles like Brigadier General. Let's proceed to our next rule, number 3. Forming the plurals of compound nouns without a principal noun. When there is no clear principal word, we default to the usual rule for forming plurals, which is to pluralize the last word. By pluralizing the last word, we are following the usual pattern for forming plurals in English. This helps maintain consistency and clarity in our language. Here are the examples. Trade union, trade unions. Last word union is pluralized. Judge advocate, judge advocates. Last word advocate is pluralized. Forget me not, forget me nots. Last word nots is pluralized. Court martial, court martials. Note, courts martial is also an acceptable plural of court martial. This version is used by those who deem court to be the principal word. Next up, let's explore rule number 4. Forming the plurals of compound nouns with equal significance. When the two words in a compound noun are of equal weight, they both take the plural form. Some examples include man driver, men drivers. In this case, both man and driver carry equal weight. So, when forming the plural, both words take the plural form men and drivers. Woman writer, women writers. Woman doctor, women doctors. Man servant, men servants. Proceeding to rule number 5. Forming the plurals of single word compound nouns. Single word compound nouns form their plurals by adding s, es, or ies following regular pluralization patterns. For instance, shoemaker, shoemakers, bookshop, bookshops, rainforest, rainforests, stepson, stepsons, firefly, fireflies, mailbox, mailboxes, horseshoe, horseshoes, toothbrush, toothbrushes. Let's move forward to rule 6. Forming the plurals of compound nouns with a noun and a preposition. When a preposition is part of a compound noun, the noun is made plural. Let's look at some examples. Passerby to passers-by. In this compound noun, passer is the noun that's made plural by adding s to form passers, and the preposition by remains unchanged. Hanger-on, hangers-on. Hanger-on is someone who clings to a person, group, or situation, often for personal gain. Runner-up, runners-up. Maker-up, makers-up. The word maker-up has multiple meanings. First, arranging set type for printing. Second, assembling or packing manufactured goods. Third, making or manufacturing garments. Fourth, one who makes up, example, creates, invents, or fabricates something. Moving on to rule number 7. Forming the plurals of compound nouns with a verb and a preposition. Compound nouns made up of a verb and preposition form plural by adding s to the end. Some examples include check in to check-ins. In this compound noun, the plural form is created by adding s to the end, following the rule for verb preposition compound nouns. Pick up to pickups. Take off to takeoffs. Hand out to handouts. Finally, here's last rule for pluralizing compound nouns. Forming the plurals of compound nouns ending with suffix full. When pluralizing compound nouns of the handful type, appending s to the end is the most reliable method. But adding s to the first element is also permissible in some instances. For clarity, let's examine some cases. Mouthful, mouthfuls. Bagful, bagfuls. Spoonful, spoonfuls. Sackful, sackfuls. Teaspoonful, teaspoonfuls. Cupful, cupfuls. Note, although both bucketfuls and bucketsful are acceptable, native English speakers often favor the latter. However, consistency should be prioritized in writing. Next, we will explore the pronunciation of compound nouns, focusing on stress patterns. In general, compound nouns have the stress pattern emphasized on the first word. Some examples include car park, website, check-in, doorbell, brother-in-law, bathroom. However, not all compound nouns follow this rule. Some have spoken stress on the second part, especially in proper names and titles. Here are some instances: Mount Everest, Prime Minister, New York. This marks the final installment of a compound noun series. Practice time. Let's do some exercises to strengthen our understanding. Read the passage thoroughly and respond to the following question. The tourists visited the city center where they saw a beautiful courtyard and a lovely rooftop pool. They walked along the seaside, enjoying the sea view and watching the sailboats. After a while, they stopped at a takeaway restaurant to grab a quick handout meal. The tourists were impressed by the city's nightlife with its many pickup bars and nightclubs. They even met a passerby who gave them some useful tips about the city. Based on the passage, let's respond to the following question. List down the compound nouns that appear in the passage. Are you able to identify all the compound nouns? Let's list them down. City center, courtyard, rooftop, seaside, sea view, sailboats, takeaway, handout, nightlife, pickup, nightclubs, and passerby. I assume you have identified all the compound nouns. Now, on to the next challenge. Identify the compound nouns in the following sentences. First one, the firefly lit up the night sky and the sunflower bloomed in the garden. Can you spot the compound noun? You will find 3 compound nouns in this sentence. Firefly, night sky, and sunflower. I'm confident you must have spotted all 3. Let's proceed to the second question. The hotel had a beautiful courtyard and a lovely rooftop pool. Do you recognize the compound noun? The sentence has 2 compound nouns, courtyard and rooftop. Next, the passerby witnessed the accident and immediately called the police. Can you identify the compound noun given? It's passerby. Moving forward, the photographer waited for the full moon to capture the perfect nighttime landscape. 3 compound nouns are embedded in this sentence. They are full moon, nighttime, and landscape. The last one, the well-being of the patient was the doctor's top priority. I expect you have identified the compound noun in the sentence by now. It's well-being. Bravo if you correctly identified all the compound nouns. Time to move forward. Here's the next exercise. Choose the correct compound noun to complete the sentence. First one, we put a blank space in the garden to chase birds away. What type of object is typically used to scare birds away? Which compound noun fits the description? We put a scarecrow in the garden to chase birds away. A scarecrow is an object typically made of straw or old clothes placed in a garden or field to scare away birds and other pests that might damage crops. Second one, the hotel room had a beautiful blank space. Identify the correct compound noun from the options. The answer is fireplace. Third one, the kids had a blast at the blank space. Can you pinpoint the correct compound word? It's easy peasy. The answer is amusement park. Fourth one, the children at the fair loved eating the sweet blank space. Of course, it's not toothpaste or cotton balls. That would be silly. It's a no-brainer. It's cotton candy. The last one, the pilot carefully planned the blank space to ensure a smooth flight. Given options, touchdown. Incorrect, as it refers to the moment of landing. Check-in. Incorrect, as it refers to the pre-flight procedure. Take-off. Correct, as it refers to the beginning of the flight. Logical conclusion, the pilot's planning would focus on the initial stage of the flight to ensure a smooth departure. Therefore, the correct answer is take-off. The next exercise is waiting. Identify the word that combines with the given word to form a compound noun. First one, sweat. Sweat heat, doesn't form a valid compound noun. Sweat, sweater is redundant and not a standard compound noun. The correct compound noun formed by combining sweat with another word is indeed sweatshirt. Second one, search. Search job isn't a compound word. Adding ing would change the word to searching, which is a verb. The correct answer is search engine. Third one, year. The answer is earbud. Fourth one, by pairing child with hood, we get the compound noun childhood. The last one, runner. Combining runner and up forms the compound noun runner up. Are you eager to move on to the next exercise? Choose whether each compound noun should be one word or two words. First one, the family built a blank space in their backyard to grow vegetables year round. Option B is the correct answer. The compound noun greenhouse is written as one word. Second one, the high cost of living was a major blank space to moving to the city. The correct answer is option B again. Drawback is a compound noun written without a space. Third one, the company hired a skilled blank space to develop their new software. The term computer programmer contains a space, so the option B is the correct answer again. Fourth one, the elderly woman's blank space helped her with daily tasks and provided companionship. The correct answer is option A. The word caregiver should be written as one word. Moving on to question 5. The teacher used a blank space exercise to help her students practice their communication skills. The option A is the correct answer. Role play is a hyphenated compound noun. Sixth one, the GPS navigation system provide turn-by-turn directions along the blank space. Option B is the correct one. The compound noun highway has no space. Seventh one, she added a blank space of honey to her tea for sweetness. Option A is the correct answer. Spoonful is a compound noun written without spaces. Let's proceed to the last question. Eating a cold blank space on a hot summer day was the perfect treat. Option B is the correct answer. A space is used between ice and cream. Are you prepared to advance to the next exercise? Match the words to form a compound noun. Chop, stick, butter, fly, earth, quake, day, dream, jack, pot, eye, sight, jelly, fish, grand, daughter, cow, boy. On to the final challenge. Circle the compound word in each group. Let's see the first one. The compound word in the group is healthcare. Time to review the next one. Watermelon is the compound word in this group. Moving on to the next one. The compound word among the options is merry-go-round. Next up, the correct compound word is Prime Minister. Let's proceed to the next one. Among the options, the compound noun is mashed potato. On to the next one. The correct answer is landslide. Last one, the compound noun in this group is salesperson. Quiz up. It's time to shine. That marks the end of our nouns series. Stay tuned for our next video where we will review and have some fun with interactive games and exercises. Your feedback matters. Like, share and comment if you enjoyed this video. Catch you later. Have a great day. Bye.